Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a story with this video. Gonna be a super casual little Sephora haul. Not a massive haul, but I've got some kind of interesting little sets of things that I came up with on the website and also a big splurge as well. So I'm gonna share that with you. And yeah, I've been sick for the last couple days with a cold. As I'm sitting down shooting this, it is, what time is it? 11 after 6. In the morning. I was up at 4 a.m. feeding Eve and I start coughing, just like can't stop coughing, and you know, you got this baby almost lulled to sleep in your lap and you can't stop coughing. It's like, I've got to get this baby put down and get out of the room so I don't disturb. I no longer feel like I can fall back asleep at this point, even though I probably should be getting sleep. I'm like, I'm just gonna get some coffee and go upstairs and do something productive. And I've been eager to shoot this haul for several days now, so I'm excited to get to it. But for the sake of time and getting things done, my hair isn't really done today, but I am wearing a super cute shirt. Look at this. Don't you love that? I had discovered this shirt on Instagram and I was like, I need that now. I'm 2 for 2 on girls. Anyway, what you came for was the Sephora haul, right? So I'm gonna get into that. Okay, here's one thing I got. This Vibes set from Milk Makeup. I had never tried anything from Milk Makeup, and this has 4 of their little sticks in here. I get the feeling that this brand is all about like convenience and ease and kind of natural look type stuff. And these are the 4 little sticks that you get in there, just mini size sticks. And then you also have a bunch of these samples of Sunshine Skin Tint, like all the shades it seems like. As for the sticks, the one that looks like a little bit bluish here is called Cooling Water, and you can really see through on this one like how much product you're getting. It's just like that top part of the stick. This is really smooth, very slippery. It does feel cooling, and the description says apply around eyes to depuff, apply to neck, face, body to cool and refresh. The time in the whole makeup routine that I see myself using this is like after I've moisturized and maybe I want a little added hydration slash coolness on the eye area. I can whip this on real quick. But there are a couple of other things from other brands that I have been using lately that feel exactly like this. Like today I put the Milk under one eye and also just elsewhere on the face for a little extra moisture. And there's this e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm. There's also this Hard Candy Sheer Envy Coconut Water Primer Stick. These feel exactly the same as the Milk one does. You know, they slip on, they do feel cooling. This e.l.f. Prep and Hydrate Balm, I swear this is like that Studio Daily Moisture Stick that I raved about in the past. It's like they've just kind of repackaged it, tinged it blue, it seems like, because it's got those same sort of claims like shea, vitamin E, very moisturizing. Feels like a very similar product there. And then the Hard Candy, again, they all sort of look the same. I mean, I could use these more and probably give you a closer comparison with time if you'd like that, but I just something I noticed right away. Another thing that's in this kit is the Blur Stick, and I haven't actually watched any videos about the Blur Stick, but I have seen, I guess, a lot of interest in the Blur Stick, and I've had people ask me about it as well. And so that just looks like this little beige makeup stick here, and to me it has the consistency. It reminds me of if they took Benefit Professional and solidified it into a stick, this is what it would feel like. It's got a little dryness to it, and if you take it directly to the skin, like my first instinct was to just go around my nose and the sides of the nose and just swipe it on there. It does have some dryness to it. It doesn't apply like ultra smoothly. It's like you go from the Cooling Water stick, which just sweeps on like nobody's business, and then this has a little more pull. But I do feel like the Blur Stick mattifies my skin, like underneath makeup. I used it kind of like a primer for the T-zone, and right at the onset I could tell I wasn't seeing my pores quite as much. And it does say swipe all over the face for a matte blurred finish, can use alone or act as a primer under makeup. But did it make a big difference like once the makeup was on? Am I seeing a remarkable difference in like the surface of my skin in the areas where I applied it? I'm not so sure that I am. This is probably my 4th or 5th time using it. I don't really think that's quite enough because different products go on top of things differently. There's so many combinations out there, so that's going to take some time to really understand whether or not it's working. But there are a couple of like color cosmetics in this kit as well. There's a matte bronzer stick and then the lip and cheek stick in the shade Perk, and this is this really pretty kind of coral corally pink, nice like bright, cheery, poppy type color. And I did use the matte bronzer stick as my contour today. To me, it really feels like the type of bronzer color that can just double as a contour really easily, and it is matte. I swiped it on like right from the stick, and then I used my little Real Techniques contour brush to blend it out, and it does blend very easily. You know, I have no complaints about that really. It's not necessarily the kind of thing I see myself seeking out like, oh, I need that product in the full size, but it worked well enough. I did think this lip and cheek color was just gorgeous though. That's my blush today, and let me tell you, this face needed some blush. After, you know, being sick, you just kind of need that little pick-me-up. I feel like it might have just a little bit of a satiny finish there, but there's that pretty corally look. And as with most like lip and cheek duo products, I like them better on the cheeks than the lips, just because this feels a little bit drying once it's blended in on the lips, and I just need moisture, moisture, moisture today. But on the cheeks, I think it's gorgeous, and it didn't really leave too much of a residue or a tackiness behind. Same with the bronzer stick as well. So all in all, I do think it's a fun little kit to experiment with. I'm very glad that I got these products in the small sizes, because I just don't see myself probably going through them quickly enough to constitute a full size, and nothing's especially blowing me away enough to make me feel like I need the full size. You know what I'm saying? So that's the little vibes kit from Milk. You know what's funny? Every time I say Milk these days, I make a conscious effort to say it Milk, because my mom, and I think Tyler too, used to tease me about always saying it like milk. Like I would always say milk or pillow. I would say those words like there was an E in them instead of an I. Like, oh, the brand is Milk. No, it's Milk. And it's also pink, but I can't quite say pink like some people say it. Some people say pink like it's like pink. A lot of times when I say pink, I say pink. Where is this video going, my friends? I don't know. The splurge that I spoke of at the start of this video is a new Viseart palette. Viseart. I don't know. I got the warm mattes, you guys. It's just, it was speaking to me. It was like pulling me into the screen. This palette just looks so good, and I am glad I have it. I will say that. I think it's beautiful. I have loved the looks I've done with it. I'm wearing it today. Let me just point out what I'm using mostly today. This is kind of my soft crease, like above the crease, blending it out color. I've got a mix of this gorgeous cranberry color here and this dark brown. That's kind of my outer corner, but I did it pretty lightly. I did this look very fast. I've got some of this like smudged on my lower lash line. This shade, while it didn't necessarily impress the pants off of me in a swatch, I love the way the light shades in this Viseart palette, and another one I'm going to mention here. I love the way the light shades apply. They're so intense. So I have this like on my innermost corner and as my highlight. I've only worn this palette a couple times so far. Obviously, if you're not into the warm neutrals, like don't get it. It's very, very warm. I don't really feel like I'm to the point where I can say, yes, it's wholeheartedly worth the money, or no, it's not. I'm still kind of trying it out. But here's something I gotta tell you guys. I have the regular neutral palette, or what's it called? Neutral matte. Regular neutrals. This is the neutral matte. And I never actually purchased this. This was given to me by Kristen Game. Now let me give you a sense of how Kristen Game is. This is how she rolls, okay? She's amazing. I love her. She sent me a wonderful Christmas gift, and then like threw this in because she thought she'd heard me talk about this. She already had this. She said, I haven't really used it a lot, so thought you might want it. I was joking with her when I opened it. I was like, oh yeah, just throw in that Viseart palette on top of everything. But she's so amazing, so generous, and I really like this too. And the interesting thing is this offers some warmth. I mean, you see this orangey kind of like terracotta shade in there, and this color up here, this peach, offers a lot more punch than it might even appear. So you have warmth in this palette, and you have cool kind of smokiness. With this one, really all you've got is the warm stuff, and it doesn't get as incredibly dark as this palette does with the matte black and the matte brown. So as it stands now, I feel like this is kind of the better value because I was able to get a really nice warm look with this as well, but I still like this I might have to bust out some kind of really in-depth comparison video there if you're into it. I love using hauls as a way to gauge what people are actually into, so I appreciate your comments. Another thing that I got was a new lash curler, and while many things that I buy makeup-wise do not come under the heading of being needs, they're much more like wants, this would be more like a need, I think, because while I really like my Tarte lash curler, this has served me well, I've enjoyed it, there are times when I feel like I've really got to make a lot of effort to hit my outermost lashes right here. Like, it won't always pick it up, and especially if I'm in a hurry, it's like, it's not going to go there. It's just going to grab the easiest lashes to get. So I was looking through the lash curlers on Sephora's site, and I saw this one by Tweezerman, and it said, Pro Curl Lash Curler, effective for most eye shapes, ideal for round eyes. Plus, this has an Allure Best of Beauty Award winner for 2016, and it's a beautiful shade of rose gold. And there's a little thing floating around in here, I don't know if you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3 extra little pads in there. I've never seen that many extras given, but it says narrower top bar, ideal for round eyes. I think they're talking about this right here. I don't consider myself to have exceptionally round eyes, but maybe they're a little more round than a lot of eyelash curlers cater to, I suppose, because as soon as I used this the very first time, not even really trying to pay that much attention, I stuck it on my lash line and I felt like it was hitting my entire lash line really well. If you feel like a lot of lash curlers just aren't getting every lash, this might be something to look into, because it just really worked well, and I love the sponginess of the thingamajig here, the rubbery bit. What do we want to call this? That thing. See how as I squeeze it kind of sinks in just a little bit? That's what really helps my curl resistant lashes get a good curl in them, is when there is a little something to squish into there. So I love this. You know, it's not super cheap, but at the same time I think it's got something special going on. And I feel like finding the right lash curler, it's sort of a you didn't know what you were missing out on kind of moment. You know, you feel like, well, this is just how lash curlers fit my lash line, I guess, and you just sort of come to expect the average, but this is definitely like awesome. Oh, wonderful. 2 minutes left. Yeah, I'm not gonna have this thing wrapped up in 2 minutes. I gotta go downstairs, unload my memory card a little bit, and come back. Well, what do you know? I also found a hungry baby downstairs. So I unloaded 2 things. I unloaded the memory card and I unloaded some milk. Now, the thrilling conclusion of this haul. Actually, I've got like 4 more things to talk about here. I got this mascara sample here. I don't know why this particular mascara. I hadn't heard anything about it. I just kind of laid eyes on it and thought, let's give it a go. It's the Sephora brand Lashcraft Length and Volume Mascara. And so I've used this once and I was not impressed. Not impressed at all. It is an interesting little brush here because it's like, oh, that shows you a lot. See how it's kind of flat when you look at it that way, and then, oh yeah, there's all the bristles. So that's what it looks like, and I just didn't think it did much for my lashes at all. It took 2 coats of this to do what most, even average mascaras give me in 1 coat. Plus, I was getting all jacked up about how great that lash curler was, and then I put some of this on, and I'm like, oh, it's starting to take the curl away. Like, you know, even a good lash curler's work can be undone by a mascara that might be too heavy, or just, you know, whatever it is about the consistency, it's straightening out the lashes again. Baby hair is just... But this was just kind of a meh mascara for me, I gotta say. Now for lips, I have 3 different little lip kit type things, you know, things that I thought were a better value than just buying 1 lip product. One thing from Bite, they have this little perfect pair set, and I love the way they put this together because they put in 1 color that's a total home run for me, a shade I know for sure I'm gonna like, and then another shade that really I don't think I own in my collection. So the color like that I'm speaking of here is Thistle, and I was wearing this on Snapchat and Instagram not too long ago, and it's a very like grayish little hint of lilac in there, little bit of dusty pink maybe, and I found it to be a very interesting shade. And this is their amuse-bouche formula, which is very luxurious, very rich, creamy, has some shine on the lips, especially right after you apply them. And these are the small size, by the way. You're getting minis here. But I really like that, and I was surprised by it, and it's a unique shade for me, like I said. And then the other color in this duo is Rhubarb, and that was the shade that I thought would be the home run. That's the color I'm wearing right now. Yeah, it is gorgeous. Classic berry, totally up my alley. So I think they had some other duo options available, but this again is the one in Rhubarb and Thistle. Another lip duo that I got is this Buxom Lip Plumping Persuasion Kit, and here you're getting one of their full-on lip polishes, which I've tried plenty of those over the years. That was not really the reason why I got this kit, it was more like the added bonus, but the shade you're getting there is Sandy. I have not worn this one yet, so I will go ahead and swatch it. Looks to be kind of a sheer pinky nude. See all that shine there? And these Buxom full-on lip polishes tend to have a little bit of a tingle, but it's not a painful tingle at all to me. It's more like just a pleasant kind of cooling minty type tingle. But what I was really wanting to try was the other thing that's in this kit, which is this product right here. And this is the Mini Wildly Whipped Lightweight Liquid Lipstick in Wondrous. Why did I want to try this? Well, Buxom is under the Bare Essentials umbrella. Are they still? Right? Am I right on that? So I knew I loved the Bare Minerals Gen Nude liquid lipsticks. Sorry, I'm like so congested right now. I know I don't sound wonderful, but I think those Gen Nude liquid lipsticks are like the most comfortable, best matte liquid lipsticks if that's what you're after. Like, I love that formula. And so I thought maybe if I got maybe if I got into this Buxom line, I would be opened up to a broader shade range, and I might like this as well. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say right now, I tried to wear this color today, but my lips are so dry. Like they've never been this bad all winter long. They are so chapped from this cold. Like on the inside, the inner part of my lip, the outer part of my lip, I put on some balm, I did some lip exfoliator. They still just didn't feel right. Like there's too much dryness on the surface of my lips. So I couldn't really honestly feel the texture of this enough. From the little bit I could tell, it seems to be kind of like the Gen Nude, but even more like whipped, a little more mousse-like. But until my lips are in really good condition, I'm not going to be able to get a good sense for the overall feel and the staying power, because like I said, I just feel like I've got this dry like mask of lip on top of my regular lips. But let's swatch this color for you so you can see that. This is called Wondrous, and it is a pretty pink. It came off as like a real match for my the color of my shirt today. And I guess if you wanted to, you could layer the glossy thing over this, but for me in this kit, I see them as two distinct things. I wouldn't probably try to layer the gloss over this product. If I want matte, I'll just go for that. But when you got a cold, it's just not a matte liquid lipstick time. It's like, no, I need creamy, I need nourishing. Another lip kit I tried, Huda Beauty, the Lip Contour Set. And this has the shades Trendsetter and Bombshell of her liquid matte lip colors, and also this pencil that says Lip Contour in Trendsetter as well. And I was wearing this recently, so I will pop up a picture if I can find it saved in my phone. But basically, here's what they say to do. You line your lips in that sort of a pattern, really mostly around the perimeter, but kind of feathering it in with that Trendsetter lip liner, and then you apply a thin layer of the Trendsetter liquid matte and then the liquid matte in Bombshell at the center of your lips. What I didn't really understand is whether or not you're supposed to let that first layer totally set, and I gather that maybe you're not, because it sounds like you want that Bombshell shade that you apply at the end to kind of fade in with everything. So I don't like the thought of kind of tainting the second color, like getting it mixed in and then putting it back in your tube. You know what I'm saying there? But I did it. I did it for the sake of the look. I wanted to see if I could make it turn out and look, you know, as good as it looks there. And I thought it did look nice. Definitely not in love with this formula, the liquid matte though. I'm not saying it's the worst I've ever tried, but it does remain tacky. You will continue to have this feeling like pressing your lips together that things are sticking just a little bit. And if you're really sensitive to that kind of thing, it might bug you. But that, my friends, is all for this haul. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope this was fun for you. I hadn't done a straight up haul in a while, so this was fun for me, even though it is very early and I'm kind of sleep deprived and I'm kind of sick. I'm still having fun because this is fun to me. Thank you guys again. I hope you have an awesome day and I will see you very soon. Bye.